Pitching has been a theme for the Giants here in New York, and Tim Hudson hopes to continue the positive trend. The four-time All-Star is very familiar with the Mets, going 17-10 in 31 starts in his career against New York. Today, the Giants go for a series win, and Hudson tries to make it 2 in a row over the Mets. Final game of the series, and it's next.
Here in New York City, we've got afternoon baseball as we come to you from Citi Field. This is the final game of this 4-game series, Giants and Mets. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. A win today, and the Giants win the series. They take 3 out of 4, and they would like to do that before heading into Milwaukee. Today, they'll give the ball to Tim Hudson.
Well, and that's a good thing. A lifetime against the Mets, 17-10. He likes pitching against New York. And he also has the sense that the drought of runs being scored for him may just be over. The Giants, with the 9-0 victory yesterday, they really swung the bats well, and they've really played great ball and had good situational bats this whole series. And hopefully for Tim Hudson, it continues today.
And an 8-8 record, but a terrific earned run average for Tim Hudson as he'll take on the New York Mets this afternoon. Stay tuned. We will take you to our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update, and we'll do all of that right after these messages.
Willamette Bay area is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box for the new Jalapeno Ranch or Barbecue Ultimate Cheeseburgers at participating restaurants. And by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places.
And arriving here at Citi Field for Giants and Mets baseball, our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open daily, 80 degrees here at the yard. We have very light winds, humidity at 70%, and it is partly cloudy, but right now lots of sunshine. Dylan G is on the mound, and the lineup that he'll be facing, it'll be Pence, Blanco, and Buster Posey, and he's red hot, including 4 hits in the game yesterday. Sandoval, Belt, and Crawford Panic will get a start, followed by Perez instead of Morse, and Tim Hudson will pitch and bat ninth.
On the hill today for the Mets will be Dylan G, the right-hander, 6'1", 204-pounder, 28 years old. He's in his 4th year at the big league level. This is what he's done in 12 starts, 4-4, with a 3.77 ERA, 53 strikeouts at 76 and 30, gets 21 walks. He's a finesse pitcher. You're going to see a low 90s fastball at tops. He'll cruise in the high 80s. He'll cut and sink the fastball. He's got a curveball. It's a 12-6 break on it. He'll use the knuckle curve. He'll throw you a slider, and he's got a great changeup, and he will try and softball you. And he ranks 2nd in the National League in fewest pitches per inning. A little over 14 pitches per inning is his average. The only guy better than him, Clayton Kershaw. Let's take a look at that defense playing behind Dylan G today for the Mets, starting in the outfield. It'll be Young, Lagares, and Granderson. That's your outfield. Tejada and right on the left side of the infield. Murphy and Duda on the right side, and Travis d'Arnaud will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
And the first pitch of the game to Hunter Pence is taken high. So we get started right on time. Mets are good at getting things started on time. Pence, a big day yesterday with 3 hits, including 2 home runs. And it's 2-0. He's not done very well against Dylan G. He's 2 for 16 lifetime. And the Mets right-hander throws, and he throws a strike called by Ben May. We're seeing Ben May for the first time. Kellogg, Honora, and Rayburn from 1st to 3rd.
Yeah, a new strike zone to learn.
And we're learning it quickly. It's 2-2, and so is Hunter Pence. Here's your umps, Kellogg, Honora, and Rayburn. And Pence, with his first swing, fouls it out of play.
All right, time now for our Togo's big play. The Togo's way yesterday, Hunter Pence, 2-run homer off Colon in the 3rd, a solo homer off Danny Evelyn in the 9th. 10th career game with 2 home runs in the same game.
And he drives this one to right. Granderson back, and Granderson hangs on and makes the catch. And what a play to start out this ball game.
Well, stay hot, Hunter Pence just stings the ball. We're thinking it's over the head of Granderson easily. And then Granderson says, not so fast, my friend. High backhander and takes on the chain link. That is the big leagues. Nice play.
And here's Blanco. Blanco hitting .237, a home run, 19 driven in. And he's tardy on the first pitch that he sees, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Blanco does not have a hit in this series. He started on Friday, and he started yesterday. It was Perez who started in his spot on Saturday, and that's cued off the end of the bat foul.
All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game. Hey, it's an early wake-up call. 12-10 start. Better be ready to face a softballer like G, and 2 Pence and Posey stay hot. Those are our Nissan keys to the game. Posey and Pence really tore it up yesterday.
And a high fastball, and it's 1-2.
When your big guys get hot, let them carry you.
The right-hander Dylan G was on the DL. He had a strained right lat. And that's foul back. And since he's come off the DL, well, he was 3-1 prior. And he's 1-3 since he got back. And right now he's going after Gregor Blanco and the 2-2 pitch. And Blanco shoots one hard, knocked down by Duda. And right now he's not fooling anybody.
He is not. Two hitters face, and both have hit bullets, and both have been outs. It's kind of been the way it has been for Gregor Blanco in this series. He's hit the ball hard, but he's getting 0 hits for it. Ball hit so hard, Duda knocks it down. He has all the time in the world to take his time, go to the bare hand, and get the out. But right now, Dylan G's got to be thinking, what am I doing wrong?
Buster Posey, average now up to 288. Hit his 13th home run in the game yesterday. And was going to probably have this day off, but I told Bruce Bochy late in the game yesterday that he wanted to play today. Skipper got him out of there in the 9th inning. There's a breaking ball for a strike.
You swing the bat like he is right now, you don't want to come out of the game. 4-hit day, opposite field home run, right center field gap. Doesn't happen very often with right-handed hitters in this ballpark. So he's locked.
Bounces this one. Behind the bag is Tejada, and Tejada's going to throw him out, and that'll end the inning. Mets are coming up. Hudson coming out. Tim Hudson will be facing is going to look like this. It'll be Granderson in the leadoff spot, and then Daniel Murphy, and you can see he can hit. He leads the National League in hits with 132. It'll be Wright, Duda, and then d'Arnaud. Chris Young gets a start. He's hitting 6. Lagares, Tejada, and Dylan G will be the bottom 3.
On the hill today for the San Francisco Giants will be Tim Hudson, the 39-year-old. 4-time All-Star, making start number 22 on the year. He's 8-8 with a 2.71 ERA. 1 complete game in 21 starts. When he's out there on the hill, the Giants have gone 12-8 this year. And his last 3 starts, he's gone 1-2, but with a 1.77 ERA. He's throwing the ball great. When he throws the ball great, you're going to see a high 80s, low 90 fastball with lots of sink. He will cut the fastball. He'll give you 2 types of breaking ball. Curveball, slider. He'll throw a changeup and a split on occasions, depending on how he's feeling. He is a strike throwing machine. He's throwing 254 ground balls. That's second most in the National League, and he has induced 12 double plays. Lifetime against the Mets, 17-10 with a 3.52 ERA. Let's take a look at his defense behind him today. Starting in the Giants outfield will be Perez, Blanco, and Pence. Crawford and Sandoval on the left side of the infield. Panic and Belt will be over on the right side. And Buster Posey will be in the squad, putting down the signs.
And the first pitch to Granderson is a called strike. Granderson does not have a hit in this series. He's got some power. He's got some speed. You saw the terrific play he made in the first inning. He can play some defense. Was that a changeup?
That was a changeup, but a good one.
And Granderson fouls this one past Daniel Murphy. As Mike mentioned, 17-10 lifetime for Hudson against these Mets. And in this park, he's 6-2. Hudson rubs up a new baseball. And the 0-2 pitch is high, 1-2. Hudson had a no decision against these Mets at AT&T Park in June, and that was a missed call, I do believe, by Ben May, and I think even Granderson was surprised it wasn't called a strike.
Only because the first strike of this at bat was pretty much the same spot, and it was called a strike, perhaps a bit high.
Granderson fouls it out of play. Juan Perez really playing off the line and left. The Giants, both in the outfield and infield, think that Granderson's going to pull the ball. Here's the payoff. And a line drive fouled on the right field line. Panic is playing out in shallow right field. You see the defense against Granderson.
I tell you, it's weird to see that kind of a decent defense against the leadoff hitter.
And the walk. He's got the I'm not happy look with home plate umpire Ben May.
Doesn't take long for him to get it.
Here's Murphy. Murphy at 295, 8 home runs, 43 runs batted in. And he looks at a strike.
Now Hudson wants to know, is it up? Are you calling that because it's up? Or are you calling because it's outside? What do you call? Where am I missing? And it will be an interesting dynamic to watch Hudson work the rookie umpire. And old pitchers will absolutely do it.
Out of the stretch for the first time for Hudson. And this is lined down the left field line and out of play. Murphy's got 25 at-bats lifetime against Hudson. And these are at-bats where the ball is put in play. 6 for 25. And 3 of those 6 hits doubles. Right guy ended up with it. I can see that.
Yeah, he's pretty psyched about it too. I don't blame him.
High and away to Murphy. It's 1-2. David Wright in the on-deck circle. And this is driven deep to right. Pence back, gone. And it's 2-0 New York. So Mets draw first blood.
And sort of a hanger, looked like it was an off-speed pitch right about belt high out over the middle. And against a guy like Daniel Murphy, he's a good contact hitter anyway. He is going to take advantage of a mistake up.
Here's David Wright. Wright lifts one out to Hunter Pence in right field, and he'll put it away. 1 out.
So Hudson right back in the strike zone. Attack the next guy.
Here's Lucas Duda. Duda got into the game late last night and went 0 for 1. He's had 1 hit in the series, and that was an opposite field home run, his 20th of the year. He's got pretty good numbers against Hudson, 11 for 28. With a couple of doubles and a home run.
And he's hot. He's having his best big league career. And right now, this is the most confidence we've ever seen him have.
Hudson flops in a breaking ball to even the count.
Got that first strike, the defense in the infield really exaggerates. There you see him load up the right side.
On deck is Travis d'Arnaud. And he got him.
A changeup. First strikeout in the game.
Changeup down and in.
That's normally a dangerous pitch.
Never know what you might learn about a guy. When you make a pitch that you don't want to make.
I don't think that doesn't happen.
Here's d'Arnaud, who's never faced Hudson before.
I mean, you can't hit the spot every time. Every once in a while, you're going to miss your location completely on the other side of the plate. And if a guy swings through it, you're going, I may have to try that again.
Yeah, really.
Ben May likes the low strike, and that last pitch sort of backed it up.
And that's pulled foul off the tarp down the left field line.
Oh yeah, psyched. Brought his glove, take a picture, call the world. And that's the reaction you're looking for right there.
Look out.
Meanwhile, that guy eating a hot dog, not fazed by that foul ball at all.
Yeah, Monty almost got drilled.
Look out, Monty.
Monty, I think Monty knows the deal. Better hit the cameraman than the camera.
That's exactly right. Monty used to make that play, but he's getting old.
Monty was up here in our booth on Saturday night. 3 bad jokes. He put him back down on the field.
Yeah, he went over the limit by 2.
Oh my goodness. Hit on the ground, foul. You know they're bad when they start out by saying, hey, this one's really funny. I think he's happy right now.
Oh, money.
2-2 pitch coming up to d'Arnaud. And it's foul back.
A lot of pitches in this first inning for Tim Hudson. You get to that speed where they're not squaring you up, but they're not missing, and they're fouling them off, and that runs your pitch count up. And that's what has happened to him here in the first.
It all started out with Granderson. Granderson worked him hard for a walk. On deck is Chris Young. Outfield bunching d'Arnaud towards the gaps. And this is hit slowly to Sandoval. And the Panda is going to make the play, and they got him, and that'll end the inning. Catcher sniffing out a hit. d'Arnaud makes it close. Monty, all right, one of the jokes was funny. In Madison Bumgarner, he became the first pitcher since '04 to record a shutout with 10 strikeouts in less than 100 pitches. And the last guy to do it was Roy Oswalt with the Astros against the Brewers in April of 2004. 10 strikeouts, 94 pitches.
Well, it's time for our forward right choice. Madison Bumgarner yesterday, 4th career complete game, 2nd career shutout, 2-hitter, 1 walk, 10 punch-outs, 94 pitches. And because he was so efficient yesterday, it allows Buster Posey a chance to get back in the squad today. Buster Posey wound up catching 83 of those pitches he did not catch the 9th inning. That's how good Madison Bumgarner was.
So here's the Panda. There's that line. Sandoval swings at the first pitch and pops it back and out of play. Sandoval 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. He's got 3 hits in the series. And he strokes this one out to right field for Granderson. 1 out. And that'll bring up Belt. Belt hit a home run yesterday right down the right field line. Crawford is on deck. Mets lead 2-0 on the Daniel Murphy home run. Belt takes high and wide, and it's 1-0. Those are folks from Finnerty's.
Yeah, they have absolutely represented beautifully this whole 4-game series. Good changeup from G. I mean, we've seen him ride that changeup as hard as anybody in this league who's got a changeup. But it can be that good.
Belt lifts it the other way, foul. We talked about the home run that went right down the line. This is what it looked like.
Now that was so impressive in that it came in a 2-strike count, and in his previous at bat, he was struck out on the belt high front door sinker, same pitch. He didn't even swing at it. He took it.
Out of play again.
So for Brandon Belt, it was simply, all right, you win the first round, I'll get you the next time, and indeed he did get it.
And the 2-2, and Belt takes low and in, 3-2. Here's Crawford. And the payoff pitch to Belt, and Belt strikes out swinging.
There's the changeup. You'll see that anytime with G. And that was a good one. Well, Friday, August 15th is Filipino Heritage Night presented by AT&T. Your special event package will include access to the Filipino Heritage Night pregame party, a pair of limited edition Filipino Giants texting gloves, and a ticket to see the Giants take on the Phillies. Go to sfgiants.com/special events. Check it out.
Crawford hitting .238, 8 home runs, 46 runs batted in. Crawford had a big night Friday night where he had 3 hits. He's got 4 hits in the series. He's faced G 5 times. He's 2 for 5. And that pitch a bit wide. 2 balls and no strikes.
Not a whole lot of width out there on that outside corner to left-handed hitters. Ball could have been called a strike. We saw Hudson not really happy with some of the pitches that weren't called a strike on that similar location.
Two balls and 1 strike. A healthy rip on the 2-0 pitch. And the 2-1 now to Crawford, and Crawford tardy is 2-2. And a bit outside, and that's what you're talking about. G thought he had that, and he does not get the call. It's 3-2.
Set up on the outside corner, fastball right to the glove. Darno hardly even has to move it, and G was walking back to the Mets bench.
In on the hands of Crawford, and he fouls it back. Three and 2. Panic trying to get up here in the second. And he walked him. Crawford taking a couple of close pitches.
Now Dylan G going to pitch out of the stretch for the first time today.
Panik hitting at 203. And he takes a belt high strike. Panik started on Saturday and he took an 0 for 4. Here he drives it into left field for a base hit and the first hit for the Giants. And Juan Perez coming up. So 2 local kids hitting back to back. Panik comes through, and now we'll see if Perez can.
Perez is getting pounded on the pass list, and that's a significant thing because the passes no longer are free. When big league players leave tickets to family or friend members, you have to pay 35% tax on each ticket. Well, when you're leaving 25 and 30 tickets in New York, that's a bite because this is the most expensive ticket in the National League. It'll definitely take a bite out of your meal money. But for Perez and Panik, they are not complaining.
No and heck no. And Perez just hammers one foul. Don't hit him or her.
There's the Steinbergs. Ben, 93, and his lovely new bride. They just got married. They've been going to every Giants road game all year long.
And their record? 31 and 21.
They're good luck.
And that's going to end the inning. Giants strand a pair. Bets are coming up.
By the Solar Company. Not just any solar company. The Solar Company. Switch to solar and save.
2-0 New York after an inning and a half. Hudson walked Granderson in the first and then gave up the home run to Murphy. Retired the next 3. Here it'll be Chris Young, Juan Lagares, and Ruben Tejada. Young hitting at 204, takes a pitch down low. It's getting a little dark here at Citi Field. There really isn't any rain in the area.
Well, I hope you're right.
Little pop-up that Belt's going to backpedal on.
1 pitch out. That's just what the doctor ordered. If it gets any darker, though, the world's going to end.
You think it's that bad? Well, maybe there's, all right, one cloud up there that shows signs of rain.
That cloud right there, that got Noah started. But I believe you. Your app is good.
Well, it's the same one you got.
You found it.
There's a breaking ball high to Lagares, who's hitting 276.
Yeah, it's supposed to start raining tonight at 8 o'clock. We don't care.
Twing! And gonna miss. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
If everything works out right at 8 o'clock, you'll be hoofing it on Henry Kuiper's farm.
I'll be milking a cow. Off of Lagares' foot. And it's now 1-2.
For a lot of you folks that may not know this, my partner Dwayne Kuiper and his brother Jeff, who is our producer, as you watch this ball just skim the toe of Lagares. They're from Racine, Wisconsin, and they were raised on a farm. So we go back to play the Brewers. First thing they do is head to the farm just to do a little high strutting through the cotton fields.
Lined in front of Perez for a 1-out single.
So what is the first thing you're going to do today when you guys get back to the farm?
Well, we'll probably just take a walk around the property, see what is planted on my dad's acreage. And, you know, take in the sights and sounds, and you know, there's a certain smell when you get back to the farm.
Yeah.
With no cattle, it's a good smell.
Well,
if there's cattle, it would be much different. That's foul, not by much. Is Tejada nearly hit one right over the bag at third.
It's not DJ Rayburn, the third base umpire, saying foul ball. It's the home plate umpire's call until it gets past the bag, and that was foul by about a foot. Once it gets past the bag, it is the third base umpire's call.
I also will tell you that it's likely that the Dodger-Angel game is going to be on TV on the farm.
Does Henry have the package?
He's got the package, probably watching right now. Dylan G is on deck.
So Henry, Kuiper, Pauline, if you're watching the game, the boys would like some bratwurst, please.
Into center field, a base hit. Here's the challenge. Blanco's throw. Oh, got him.
Woo.
One center fielder throws out the other. How about that?
Well, that'll put a smile on a center fielder's face that threw it. Lagares runs well. He sees this thing right in front of him, so he knows it's charged. He doesn't need an okay from the third base coach to do it. And he had it made up in his mind. He was going to set up a first and third and look at the strike from Gregor Blanco. And all Sandoval had to do was catch and drop And Lagar's is history. Have some pine meat. That will really fire up a pitcher when you're out there on the mound. And for Gregor Blanco, I think he enjoyed that.
I think you do. Dylan G, by the way, has the same batting average as Amy G. And he still does. He's 0 for 19.
Amy can hit.
Amy can hit. I agree. And he almost. Going to lead things off. It was in this ballpark where Hudson was injured last year, and it was E.Y. Jr. who stepped on the back of Hudson's foot, and that knocked Hudson out for the rest of the year. And as painful as it was for Hudson, you can see it also had a real effect on E.Y. Jr. too.
Well, not a malicious play, it's just that caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Anything can happen. And at that point, Hudson did not know if he was going to ever be able to make it back.
He's 2 for 40 on the season, and trying to let out some shaft, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
He's a better hitter than that. He really is.
And maybe, Mike, the foot injury had more to do that affected his hitting than pitching.
I have an excellent point. It could be the case.
Top of the order, Hunter Pence on deck, and Hudson out in front, 1 and 2.
I mean, Hudson in his career a 170 hitter, and that's at 522 at bats. That's prior to this season. Got 3 home runs, 40 RBIs.
And here he strikes out for the first out in the 3rd.
So first time through the lineup, Dylan G strikes out 3 Giants hitters.
Pence hit a ball to right field that Grederson made an excellent play on as he tracked it down in front of the wall. And a first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Well, you have to have, as you mentioned, in the first inning an idea that G is going to throw strikes. And Pence fouls this 0-2 pitch off.
He's got a serious rhythm going right now. And he likes to work quick.
And that's a fair ball. And Pence is on the move. And Pence is going to have a double. That's why he's so hard to defend. You just don't ever know where he's going to hit the ball.
Now they try to get the high fastball. It's pretty much to the glove. That's what Darno wanted. And when he's hot, you can't pitch him high. Shoots it right past Lucas Duda. So just like that, the Giants get a runner in score position for the second time today.
Blanco hit a ball sharply that Duda knocked down and retired him on a flip to G covering. Here's a pitch that slips out of the hands of Dylan G, and it's 1-0. Buster Posey on deck. Giants trail 2-0. Same spot, 2 balls and no strikes. No Morse today, a day off for him. Morse no doubt be back in the lineup tomorrow night in Milwaukee. Buster Posey probably not. And that's the pitch maybe you want to hit. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Hence with his lead. 2-2.
Second fastball in a row, and throws it right by him. Yeah, and you say, well, how can that happen? He's only throwing 89 miles per hour. Simple. He's got a changeup, and it's a good one. And you're aware of it before you even get in the batter's box. And when you are aware of that changeup, if it's in your mind at all, you could be late on a fastball.
And he got him. And I go back to that 2-0 pitch. Maybe the best one to hit in the at-bat. And here's Buster Posey.
Well, the Giants have the right guy up there. Posey red hot, a 4-hit day yesterday. Hit the ball well. Really, he's hit it all well the last month and a half.
Fouls it at the plate. Here's our Geico quote, Buster Posey, on the Giants offense. We feel that as an offense, we've got a group of guys that can string runs together when we're clicking on all cylinders.
Well, such was the case yesterday.
Look out. As he spins Buster Posey around, it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
First pitch changeup, gets him out front, comes back, second pitch, hard stuff out of his hands. I don't think he had any intention whatsoever to throw a strike with that fastball. He just wanted Posey to smell it real good.
Two and 1. Pence at second. Three and 1.
He's pitching like there's an open first base, which there is. LG and every other Met knows that Buster Posey's been in heat. So with an open base in a 2-0 ball game,
I doubt if you're going to see him get a whole lot to hit.
We'll find out here. And that's a walk. And that'll bring up Sandoval.
That's why it's so important against a hot hitter behind Posey when he's hot.
Sandoval hit a fly ball to right field. He saw one pitch in the first inning. And it's high, 1-0. Pence at second, Posey at first. There's Terry Collins. This will be the final game between these two teams this year. Two and 0.
Darno's going to come out and say, killing me here. All of a sudden you're starting to nibble. Your stuff's better than that. You got a challenge. And that meeting right there is just your basic kick in the pants meeting from a catcher to a pitcher. With 2 outs and an open third, they could use it. He has the option really as to who he wants to pitch to. Pablo Sandoval or Brandon Belt on deck.
Well, he goes to his bread and butter.
When in doubt, throw the changeup, and he really had Sandoval out front. Now, Dylan G wanted Sandoval to put that ball in play because there was no lower leg strength in that swing at all. So Sandoval and the Giants catch a break there, and then he fouled it off.
Hit into right center field. And this is going to drop. And on the move is Buster Posey. And here's the throw home. It is not in time. Sandoval ties the game up with a double.
You know what he's thinking. You're going to nibble with Buster Posey to face me. I'm going to make you pay. And there's a lot of scouts in the paper. Their heads just dropped and they started writing as soon as this ball launched into a gap. If you're going to pitch around Posey to get to Sandoval, you better think again. And that's what this swing of the bat means. You got a brand new ball game. 2 outs, you're going to get a good jump. Easy score for Hunter Pence. It's just whether or not Posey could get all the way around the bags from first. And no problem.
So Dan Worth and the pitching coach out. So the walk to Posey, and Sandoval makes him pay.
I think that's one of those satisfying moments for a hitter. Not just to get a double, 2 RBIs, but sort of tell a pitcher, you can't be ignoring me.
Belt out of play, plus gives Tim Hudson some life. Not that he needed it.
Well, they haven't scored a lot of runs for him lately. I think he does need to see a few go up on the board just to believe that they can do it.
And Belt takes one that gets away, and Darno can't get to it in time, and Sandoval.
Official scorer wasted no time in that one. Pass ball all the way. Right to the glove. Just rattles around and kicks away. And Pablo Sandoval really getting a nice jump, anticipating something like that. So an embarrassing 90 feet for Travis d'Arnaud.
Belt's going to lift this one out of play.
– 25 pitches this inning for Dylan G. So once the Giants got him into a stretch, he has not been the same pitcher he was out of the windup.
Belt takes it high and wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hey. And this is lined down the right field line. Foul to the guy in the yellow shirt.
Nice play.
Yep.
It would have been a whole lot easier if you brought your glove, though. He's been to the gun show.
A couple guys down there have. And a bit high, 3-2.
All right, one more look at the catch. Not bad. And he did it with his eyes closed.
Three and two. Out of play.
Good pitch. Nice fight him off swing right there to stay alive. Got to have a good fight him off swing.
You know Belt knows that G will throw a 3-2 changeup. And that's when that 88-mile-an-hour fastball somehow flies right by you. And Belt stays alive.
I like that.
And he got the fastball.
That was 91 miles per hour. That's the best bolt that G has. We haven't seen velocity higher than that.
And another 3-2 pitch. And Belt hits a high fly ball in the park to right. And that'll end the inning. Giants tied up on the Sandoval double. Hudson coming back out.
Brought to you by Prism. Now your team can collaborate at a whole new level with video walls from Prism. Learn how at prism.com.
A 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the third. Hudson looking for a shutdown inning. Gave up a couple of singles in the second, but thanks to a perfect throw by Gregor Blanco, helped Hudson get out of that mess. Now it's Granderson, Murphy, and Wright. And Granderson takes a strike.
So this will be a challenge for Hudson as he tries to put up a shutdown inning to take on the top of the lineup.
And that pitch is wide to even the count. And this is lifted to left field. Perez now gets rid of the glasses, and he reaches up and he makes the catch. What's up with that?
Well, in watching him go back on the ball, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. It was kind of a routine play, and then all of a sudden, he started to take on a little personality. Granderson's got good power, and the power guys have good opposite field power. This one going about a step into the track. The whole time he does it with his sunglasses in his hand. Don't be messing with my sunglasses.
Daniel Murphy. I think they did. They started to fall off, so rather than have it hanging around, getting in his way, he just took them off. Murphy's home run in the first inning was his 9th of the year. David Wright's on deck. Bottom of the third. And this is lined right to Perez.
Nice at bat, nice play. Well, the orange and red seats from Candlestick Park are on sale for $749 a pair. You can go to sfgiants.com/candlestick-memories. Candlestick Park legends, both Giants and 49ers, will be autographing these historic seats. Paired options include Willie Mays, Joe Montana, Mays and McCovey, Montana and Dwight Clark, McCovey and Will Clark. Again, that's sfgiants.com/candlestick-memories.
Here's David Wright. David Wright hit a fly ball to Hunter Pence in the first inning. And that runs in tight. Two outs, nobody on. And Wright takes maybe a hanging slider. Is that what you might call that?
Or a cutter. It definitely had some hang time. You don't want to throw those at the belt.
And that's a better one. And it's 2-2.
And that's the side of the plate that's really been problematic for David Wright. He's not doing much with the outside location.
3-2. Not average for Tim Hudson in shutdown innings. And he got him, and Wright's going to argue this one. He doesn't argue much, but he is here. And that's a disgusted third baseman. Fourth inning coming up. 2-2 ball game.
area is brought to you by The Expendables 3. Hang on for one last ride. In theaters August 15th.
A 2-2 ball game as we head to the fourth inning. Grounds crew just came out, did a nice job of smoothing out the infield. Let's see, if they do it at the end of the third, that means they'll probably do it again at the end of the sixth.
That's one difference between the minor leagues and the big leagues.
Yeah, they don't do it at all in the minor leagues. Matter of fact, they might just throw some rocks out there just to make it more interesting. All right, if you're at home, you be the umpire. Is this a strike? Probably not.
Well,
what do you think?
Ben May played umpire. First time we've seen his zone. First time that David Wright has seen his zone. He's not impressed. That was right down the middle. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I agree.
Yep, that was a gift.
Crawford pulls it foul.
So what we found out about Ben May is that he is a low ball guy, I think, by nature. Doesn't have a lot of width on the outside corner, especially the lefties. And he's not afraid to ring guys up, and he will call belt highs. Now the next thing you have to find out is, will the strike zone bounce around?
Crawford gone for the first time. He drew a walk in the second.
5 strikeouts now for Dylan G. All of them are swinging missed strike threes. And I think most of them are strike three on that changeup.
Probably. Here's Panik, who singled in the second. Strike on the inside corner to Panik. And way out in front, and it's now 0-2. Close. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Out of play. On deck is Juan Perez. Nice 4-game series here in New York City. Giants arrived on very late Wednesday night. And it's always great to come to this town. It's not boring, let's put it that way.
It's a good city. It really is. And it's a great crowd to play baseball in front of here at Citi Field.
And Panik's got another hit. So Panik's 2 for 2. Watch Daniel Murphy. I can't figure this out. Watch.
Murphy, your second baseman. I don't think he ever saw it.
That had to have been the case, right?
He never moved. Not even a lean step. I mean, I know it's a ball you can't catch, but I mean, at least you're moving in that direction of the ball.
Here's Perez, who struck out in the second. He was leaning a little bit, maybe took a quarter of a step to the right when the pitch was made, but after that, nothing. Perez hits a high fly ball to left. And Hudson's going to get a chance to hit here in the fourth. Hudson struck out in the third. He did take one Happy Gilmore swing.
Well, that's all right. I have no problem with that.
Absolutely. Just try to knock it out of the park. You think Happy Gilmore did a lot for golf, or you think he hurt golf?
Well, I think he did a lot to get people out there hacking it around that didn't have good swings.
And a belt high strike to Hudson. And another strike to Hudson. Maybe he's sitting on the changeup.
Well, he's a good enough hitter that he can do that. He's got credentials, both amateur and professionally, with the bat.
Fouls it back. 80 pitches now for Dylan G. Curveball, and that'll end the inning. 6 strikeouts for G. It's a 2-2 tie.
Authority of the San Francisco Giants. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Well, the 2014 Giant race has a limited number of registrations still available before reaching its 3rd straight sellout. The race will take place on September 7th, 2014, and will finish on the field at AT&T Park. So check it out. Register now at giantrace.com. All right, let's see. What do you got, Mike?
Krug and Kipe, see you at Finities. Gamers from maybe San Carlos? Yes. P.S. Feel free to eliminate the Mets. All right. With a telestrator, we'd do that.
Well, Mike just did it in his mind. First pitch to Duda, not close. 1 ball and no strikes.
Just a bit outside. With a guy like Tim Hudson, if you're hitting against him, you know he's going to be around the plate. You don't expect to see him.
Center field, and it's going to fall in front of Blanco. Time to log on to csnbayarea.com and decide the play of the game. Winner will be revealed during Giants postgame live. Check out enhanced Bloomberg stats and more. Giants in-game live on csnbayarea.com. Log on and vote. Here's d'Arnaud.
I was saying, if you're hitting against Tim Hudson, you don't expect him to miss his target by about 5 feet. And the same thing can be said for the guy who's catching him.
Strike to d'Arnaud, who bounced out to Sandoval in the first. And that pitch is down low. On deck is Chris Young.
Catching a guy like Tim Hudson, I mean, you can really sit low and know you're not going to have to move around because he's going to be around your glove. He's got such great command. The kind of guys catchers like to catch.
Hit foul down the right field line. That'll drift into the seats. It's now 1-2.
I would give it to the girl.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking for myself now.
You think that might be a wise move?
Well, he says, I'm giving it to the kid. So there's a guy who just showed me something.
Well, I'm thinking if that guy was 20 years younger and single, it might not have gone in that direction.
He wouldn't even have recognized the kid there. It'd have been pure tunnel vision. All right, here we go. I've got this one.
Yeah.
Oh, and he takes it right away from her.
It's my ball. Crawford has it. He will shovel it to Panic. Panic to Belt, not in time.
All right, Smoothie, as we have been doing it with Matt Duffy and Joe Panic, rate the pivot at second base.
Well, this one's probably not really fair to rate just because this is a really difficult play. But Crawford gives him a good shuffle, and Panic had to wait to make sure that it was a good toss. That's why he took the throw behind the bag. If you come out front, you're just assuming that it's going to be a good flip, and you can't do that.
Lucas Duda, by the way, is 6'4", 260.
He's a football guy. Young takes a strike, and it's 0-1. And that's a bullet to left. And Perez is going to have to cut it off. He does. His throw goes into second. He holds Young. He might have, I don't know, maybe risky throwing it to third. If he throws it to third, Young probably goes into second.
Now, there's no doubt. And this is a great play in that he keeps Young at first. Now you're thinking maybe he would have had a shot at third base. Well, I mean, that is something that you have to decide if you're the outfielder, but you also know that you have to keep that guy at first because you have a ground ball guy out there, and Tim Hudson can get out of the city with a ground ball double play. Nice play right there. And this is a steal situation here for Chris Young, who could steal. Because Terry Collins, the skipper of the Mets, knows that Hudson's a guy that puts the ball on the ground. He's ranked second in the National League in putting the ball on the ground. He's induced 12 double plays this year. Wow. I think that's the side of the plate you just don't get a lot of width on. Outside to lefties, inside to righties. You're in a jam, first and third, one out. You're trying to get all the help you can get from an umpire.
Sandoval is going to come home, and now they got the runner d'Arnaud in a rundown, and Crawford is going to tag him out. So nice play by Sandoval. And then Buster Posey, and then Crawford.
Now that's a play that the Mets are going to go on contact. And I don't think d'Arnaud had a very good jump. So they get the out, and Chris Young cannot advance from second to third.
I agree with you. I don't think d'Arnaud started on time at all coming down the line. Here's Tejada. Tejada singled in the second. It was on that play that Blanco threw out Lagares trying to go from first to third.
Pitcher on deck and an open base here, 2 outs. He can use it if he wants to. That's how you pitch. If you pitch knee-high, cornered, if you miss with your stuff falling out of the strike zone. I always thought that an 8th place hitter had to be a guy that could be a pretty good slider hitter, had to be a guy that could hit out of the strike zone, could expand. Because you're going to see a lot of them with 2-out situations, runners in scoring position, and a pitcher on deck. That's why a lot of managers like a switch hitter down there in that 8th spot.
Check swing. Foul. Yeah, if you can find one that really doesn't do well hitting at the top of the lineup, that's the perfect guy to hit 8th.
I mean, Pablo Sandoval would be the perfect guy to hit 8th. Doesn't need a strike to hit. Switch hitter. Not a problem expanding his zone. I mean, he's also a pretty good middle of the order hitter.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying his style of hitter is kind of what you would like to see down there in the 8th spot.
Hudson tries to get Tejada to chase that breaking ball in the dirt. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Young's going to go, and this is a flare to Belt, and Belt's going to run it down, and that'll end the inning. So Hudson works through traffic. 5th inning coming up. 2-2 ball game.
The Verizon IndyCar Series returns to Sonoma Raceway on August 22nd to 24th for the Go Pro Grand Prix of Sonoma.
Yeah, the group in front of us having fun. It's a 2-2 ball game. Not one relative in that bunch for either of us.
No, but a lot of Giants fans here in attendance. It has been the same in all 4 of these games. San Francisco has represented itself quite well this wraparound weekend in New York.
Hunter Pence is gonna lead things off. Pence doubled in the 3rd inning. Curveball hit on the ground to David Wright. And Wright slings it over to first.
Well, that came up on a nice play. I think Pence broke his bat.
I think he did.
David Wright still steamed about the call strike 3 is at bat in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, he's hacked off at the young umpire, Ben May.
How long does it take you to forget one of those?
Every time you look at that guy, you think about it. Blanco tries a bunt. This is the last game of the series, but if there's another game, Ben May goes to umpire 3rd. Every time you look at him, you think about it.
And you will need some stitches for your tongue because you're going to have to bite it a few times. Well, you have to make peace with them, though. You can't get an umpire having a grudge against you.
Well, Eddie Montague called me out on a pitch in '83 that was so bad, and to this day, every time I see Eddie, I think about it.
Well, he would do that just to tick you off.
Blanco skies this one well into center field, but Lagares is on the move, and he'll track it down. It's a long way out to center field.
You take on center field here at Citi Field, and you knock it over the wall. That gets talked about around baseball.
They need to move those fences in.
It is a graveyard to straightaway center. 408 with no carry. Now they have brought the walls in. See the party deck out left field. That was added to bring the walls in. Curveball over the head of Buster Posey. No intent behind a curveball going over some guy's dome. Although it does lock you up a little bit if you're in the batter's box.
Or you've seen from time to time that ball hit the bat. Dribble out in fair territory and the hitter gets thrown out. Pitch is high to Buster Posey. Three and 0. He did this to Posey in the 3rd. And Posey eventually scored.
Well, he's pitching him very respectfully.
And he walks him for the 2nd time in a row.
Well, Pablo Sandoval says thank you very much. It was Sandoval that burned him in a 2-out scenario back in the 3rd after he walked Posey. Sandoval knocked in a couple and tied this game up, and now he gets to face G out of the stretch because of the walk to Posey. But it's so important to get somebody heated up behind Posey.
This is the great play that Blanco made to throw out Lagares, one center fielder to another. So here's Sandoval. Sandoval takes wide. 2-0.
Just a wee bit low. G wanted that one. And G will throw a changeup after a slow curveball too. His changeup is that good.
And it's down the left field line and out of play. And that was a pitch that Sandoval was out in front. So it's 3-1. And now we're seeing Dylan G with 93 pitches. He's due to lead off the bottom of this inning.
Well, he's nibbling right now.
Sandoval again strikes it foul.
I mean, he's just eating the crust off the sandwich. He's not really getting after the heart of the strike zone. And G is throwing a lot of pitches in 5 innings. You want to be 75 or less at the end of the 5th. Next pitch will be number 95.
Buster Posey will be on the move. It's 3-2. He goes, and Sandoval rolls it to second, where it'll be Murphy. Side retired. G, Granderson, Murphy coming up. 2-2 ball game. Milwaukee. It'll be Tim Lincecum against Jimmy Nelson. And you can join us right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Pregame live will start at 4:30. And then we'll have the game for you right at the top of the hour at 5. Giants Brewers, game 1 of a 3-game series tomorrow night. Tim Lincecum, he's had a chance to enjoy New York for 4 days. A 2-2 ball game, and here's Dylan G. No balls and 1 strike. Granderson to follow. G bounces this one to Pablo Sandoval. And for the second time, he's bounced out to the Giants' third baseman.
Now that's a bonus when you start an inning off facing a pitcher, but you have to take advantage of it. 68 pitches for Tim Hudson.
Here's Granderson. And a strike to Granderson. He walked in the first and hit a fly ball to deep left field that Perez tracked down in the third. And that pitch is wide. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
Hudson, one of those pitchers that takes his eyes off his target. You watch him start his motion, his head will dip down, he'll look at the ground, now he comes up, picks his target. All of those are timing mechanisms. All of those are essential when you're developing rhythm. Not a lot of guys can do that either, take their eyes off the target and then come back to it. A lot of guys like to just fixate their vision right on the target and not ever take their eyes off of it. You shouldn't take your eyes off your target even after you throw it. If you watch Hudson, rocks back, head dips, up and go. And it's important if you do have little timing mechanisms like that, you do them every time. Because hitters watch, and if sometimes you don't look down and you throw a breaking ball in those times, they're thinking that you're tipping a pitch, and it's quite possible that you are. So it's important if you do have those little time mechanisms that you repeat it every time.
And Granderson lifts this one out of play. Pretty good battle going on between these two. They had a good battle in the first. Granderson ended up winning the battle when he drew a walk.
Yeah, I think you've seen him well. He lined out his second at bat, hit the ball hard.
Stays alive.
You could tell when a guy's got balance in his swings, and Granderson has had it all day. And so can that guy right there. He knows the deal. He knows the guy's on him.
Three and two.
When a guy's on you, you got to nibble.
Well, the guy on deck is homered and he's lined out to left.
Yeah, the two best hitters against Hudson today are coming up this inning.
And it's line foul.
Hey, nice play. All right. Yep, good fans here in New York.
Lifted out to center field for Blanco, and a big out for Hudson.
Well, it's time for you to tweet your photo using hashtag CSNBA fan photo, your full name and hometown for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast. Brought to you by AT&T. This is Mariah Ortiz from San Francisco, and she's wearing her typical game day attire. And Mariah, you are looking good.
You're messing with her.
And that's your AT&T fan photo. Gamer babe. Oh yeah.
Murphy's homered, and he's hit a line drive to Perez, and here he takes a strike. And a base hit. So every once in a while you'll see a pitcher who's throwing well, but he'll have one guy that it just doesn't look like he's got anything to get him out.
And such is the case today with Daniel Murphy. He had a day off yesterday, and boy, does he look like he benefited from getting off his legs a day. I mean, he has been on every speed, every location that Hudson's featured.
Wright has hit a fly ball to right, and he got called out by Ben May, and he's still unhappy about it. Here he takes high and tight, 1 ball and no strikes.
That was strike 3 in his last at bat.
And the runner goes, and Posey's throw is high. It sails into center field, and thank goodness Hudson was backing up. How about that?
Well, you're right. You know, and a guy in his 15th year, he survives 15 years by doing the little things right. There's the steal, there's the throw into center, and Blanco's already got 1 assist today, and watch Hudson try and deke him as if he's running towards the dugout, and Tim Tuffle, third base coach, telling Murphy to anchor down. But you do the little things right, you help yourself win, and that was a good job of backing up, and you save your outfielder an error.
So now Murphy's at third. His steal of second was his 12th stolen base of the year. And this is hit on the ground into the hole. Crawford's got a long throw, and it's not in time. And the Mets take the lead.
It was not going to be a ball that Sandoval could get to, so it was going to be a chance for Crawford deep in the hole. Remember, Wright runs pretty well. And Daniel Murphy digging it.
A lot of coffee this morning.
Not decaf either.
Here's Duda. Duda's 1 for 2. And he takes a pitch low, 1 ball and no strikes. And tight. Overshift is on for Duda. And it's in the dirt, so it's 3-0. Giants bullpen now starting to get loose.
That was a good block from Buster Posey. You don't want to be giving up any more 390-foot increments. Not now.
So Gutierrez getting loose. So that's a 4-pitch walk. Rigetti's coming out.
Well, this is just to give a bit of a breather and to let the bullpen kind of heat up. I mean, really, you think about it, with 2 outs, you get a broken bat single by Murphy, and then a stolen base, a wild throw in a center field move to the third, then an infield single. It's not like he's getting beat up here. And I think that's what Rigetti's going to point out to him. Your stuff's good. It's giving you a blow. Warm. It's 80 degrees at first pitch. And in the meantime, the bullpen can get heated up.
Travis d'Arnaud is the hitter. Darno is bounced out twice. First pitch popped out. It's Perez coming in, and that'll end the inning. Mets take the lead through 5. It's the Mets 3 and the Giants 2.
Friday's Orange Friday, a 7:15 start. Saturday, a 105 start. First 40,000 fans will receive a Virgin America flight voucher. Sunday the 17th, 105 start. First 20,000 fans will receive trading cards presented by Coca-Cola. Tickets remain for all 3 Phillies games. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets.
A 3-2 lead for New York. Belt, Crawford, Panic. Mets, without G even throwing a pitch here in the 6th, have somebody up in their bullpen. Belt on the first pitch, pops it up. Darno coming back, and it's out of play.
Activity in the Mets bullpen. That's Vic Black.
Belt lines it foul. So a quick 0-2 count to Brandon Belt. And Belt hits a high fly ball into center field for Lagares. 1 out. Here's Crawford, a walk and a strikeout. With Joe Panic on deck. And G to Crawford. And he bunts it foul.
Well, I like the idea that Mets are giving him the bunt. David Wright's playing off the bag and playing back at third base. So there is an opportunity there.
Crawford hits it right on the ground to right. And that's just bad luck.
Well, hitting into the defense, you got to credit the Mets for putting a shift on that. Had a man standing right there.
So here's Panic.
He's had a nice day.
Two for two, a couple of singles, one to left, one to right.
Amazing how much better a hitter you become when another guy comes into town playing your position.
Yeah, it's true.
Matt Duffy, the other second baseman.
Panic rolls it foul. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Giants runs came in the third. And Panic dribbles this one foul. It's 2-2. The Mets 2 in the first, 1 in the fifth.
When Panic got called up from Fresno, he was hitting .321. He had 94 hits. That was the most hits in the Pacific Coast League. He had 14 doubles and 5 home runs, so he's got some pop in that bat.
And a full count. Right now just trying to reach for Juan Perez. Here's the payoff. And he's going to lift it out to Lagares. And now Lagares is not going to be able to get it. And it bounces over the wall for a ground rule double. And a little backspin.
Well, there's that pop we're talking about. Lagares was playing him a little shallower than he'd been playing other hitters in the Giants lineup. And Joe Panic just says, hey, I got some pop. And Lagares, who goes well back to get balls, no chance on this one.
So Terry Collins, before he even gets to the mound, he makes the move to the bullpen, and it looks like he's trying to explain to Dylan G why he did it. When it's time for a change, things speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back.
New pitcher now for New York will be Vic Black. Take a look at the numbers. 30th time that he's come in. 2-3 with a 1.80 ERA. Good strikeout stuff. You'll see mid to high 90s fastballs with a hard curveball. 14 walks, though. That's a lot. He will get a wild hairpin. But one thing he has done a very nice job of this year for the Mets is coming into existing innings and stranding runners. He has inherited 18 runners this year, and he has stranded 17 of them. That's one of the best percentages in the big leagues, and that's how Terry Collins likes to use him. And this is the situation here for him.
Perez an opportunity to tie the game. Travis Ishikawa is on deck. Juan Perez is 0 for 2. And he takes the first pitch down low.
Well, after you've been facing Dylan G, who's right around 88, 90, and you face Vic Black, you better crank it up, because he's going to come at you hard.
Comes at him hard again, and it's 2-0. Mike's talking about. Three and 0.
Bullpen coach Ricky Bonas.
Took a little off. Actually added a little for that 3-0 fastball for a strike. And the walk.
Well, that's going to get Tim Hudson out of the game.
Ishikawa had a pinch hit, base hit on Friday night. Actually, he drew a walk on Friday night. He had the pinch hit on Saturday. With Hunter Pence on deck.
Pretty generous strike right there. There's the line for Hudson today. 5 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned runs. So far with Black, it's been all fastballs. He's got a curveball. It's a good one.
Ishikawa does offer on that breaking ball, and it's now 1-2. And Ishikawa stays alive as he pokes that one off the backstop. So Black going after him hard. It's 1-2. Pretty good speed on the bases for the Giants. And the pitch. Got him on a breaking ball. And that'll end the inning. Mets coming up, 3-2 New York. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Good pitcher now for the Giants will be Juan Gutierrez, who's allowed just 2 earned runs in his last 16 appearances. 2.74 ERA, 1-2 on the year. 49 base runners and 49 and a third. That's fantastic. Whip. See a mid-90s fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup. And he's even been better when he's had to face guys with runners in scoring position. Hitters just hitting 174 against him in those scenarios. Right now, it's time for our AT&T U-verse Rewind. Tom Goodwin, who was with the Giants in 2002, he was a good Giant. 78 games, hit 260, had a home run, 17 RBIs, and he had 16 stolen bases. And the one home run he hit it against the Dodgers. And that's our AT&T U-verse Rewind. Goody.
Good guy.
He's a good one. See the book on Goodwin's third year as first base coach for Terry Collins and the Mets.
And a breaking ball to Young, and it's a called strike. Young is 1 for 2.
One thing that you are accustomed to seeing if you're a Giants fan is when Gutierrez comes into the ball game, it's going to slow down.
That indeed it does.
Swing.
And you're going to miss.
Talked to Giants pitching coach Dave Righetti about it. He says, well, we've talked to him about it. Telling him this is not the time of year you should be out there being slow. You're going to really hurt your defense. Work at quick pace. He's aware of it. They've suggested he gets quicker. Just has not been easy for him to apply it.
And Young pops it up. Sandoval coming through the coaching box. And he is going to take charge and make the catch. And here's Lagares.
We talked about physical checkpoints that we saw with Tim Hudson in his motion when he would start his windup He would look down, look back up, turn around. It's all timing mechanisms. Well, a lot of guys on the mound do the same thing mentally before every pitch, and sometimes it just takes them a little time to go through their routine mentally. I'll give you an example. You look in, you get your sign, now you come set, and in your mind, some guys will actually throw the pitch and they'll see it go right into the location that the catcher is asking for. They'll do all this in their mind before they throw them, and then they go through with their pitch. And when they do that, that can take some time. And when you're a pitching coach and you're talking to a pitcher and you're suggesting that he pick the pace up, well, you may be messing with his mental routine that he has before every pitch. And if you're having a good year like Gutierrez is, you got to be careful. And Faber Getty is. He's respectful of what this guy has done this year.
And this is foul down the right field line and out of play.
But he does suggest that he picks up the pace a bit, especially with nobody on.
And this is driven to left, and that's going to be a base hit, and it's going to be extra bases. Here's Tejada. Tejada singled in the first and then popped out to Belt in foul territory in the fourth inning. And Gutierrez will keep an eye on Lagares at second. Bobby Abreu is on deck. You see Javi Lopez. Hunter Pence says, I got this one, and he does. 2 outs.
Get a corner.
And here's Abreu.
So Buster going to come out and talk. They've got Javier Lopez up, and they've announced Abreu. So the way that Javier Lopez is in the bullpen right now, he's obviously loose and ready to go. And with all that being said, here comes the skipper, and we're going to get a new pitcher.
So Bruce Bochy's coming out. He'll get the ball from Gutierrez. He'll hand it to Lopez. It's a 3-2 lead for New York, and we'll be back. I got to
Milwaukee, where they'll take on the Brewers tomorrow. It'll be a 5 p.m. start on the Pacific time. Pregame live 4:30 p.m. You'll see it right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Complete Giants coverage every night on Sportsnet Central and csnbayarea.com. You see that with Giants insider Andrew Baggerly, the home of your San Francisco Giants, Comcast Sportsnet. Tomorrow night it's going to be Tim Lincecum on the hill taking on right-hander Jimmy Nelson of the Brewers. First of 3, and then it's on to Kansas City. So join us if you will. We'd love to have you. Here in New York, still some work to do. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Giants trailing the Mets 3-2. And Javier Lopez in the know to be the new pitcher for Bruce Bochy. 45th time that he's come in. Lefty's hit .203, and he's not going to face one. They're going to do a new pitch hitter, and Bobby Abreu is out of the game.
So it's Wilmer Flores. And we saw Flores play last night. He started at second base.
So Bruce Bochy says, all right, do you want to throw a right-hander up there? I got an open base, and I got a left-hander on deck with Curtis Granderson. So Wilmer Flores gets a free pass.
So the matchup then will be Lopez and Granderson.
Granderson has seen him 3 times. He's 1 for 3 lifetime.
Lagares at second with 2 outs. At first is Flores. Granderson takes a strike, and that may be the best pitch that he's going to get to hit in this at bat.
So important. And now Javier Lopez can do his thing, which means he can start stretching that breaking ball wide with 3 different angles. He will still continue to pitch inside. So thing that usually makes him a bit unique with most sidearm and lefties is not many of those guys will throw on the inside corner, and Javier Lopez will.
This is hit on the ground out to Panic, and that'll end the inning. Nice job by Lopez. Top of the order coming up for the Giants. They trail by 1. brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Hudson and Dylan G were both very good this afternoon. G left after 106 pitches. Sandoval's got a couple of RBIs in this game, and the guy that's really hurt the Giants is Daniel Murphy. He's knocked in a pair with a home run, and he's scored the lead run. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
New pitcher now for New York will be Juris Familia, big right-hander, making his 53rd appearance, 6'3", 250-pounder, and he has been red hot. Familia has allowed one earned run in his last 22 games, and in the 22 games, he's pitched 22 in the third innings. Got a fastball that'll go mid to high 90s, and occasionally he'll even hit 100. And for the most part, his specialty pitch that he uses both the righties and lefties is a slider. He does have a changeup, but you don't see it very often. But he throws hard.
And Hunter Pence will swing hard. So we'll see how this works. Pence is 1 for 3. And he fouls it back.
So right out of bed, opens him up with a breaking ball. And that's a little respect. They know that Pence is hot.
In the dirt, it's a ball and a strike. Blanco's on deck, and then Buster Posey.
So 2 pitches, 2 sliders. Familia in his second year at the big league level.
And Pence takes it low.
Familia came up through the Mets organization, didn't miss a step. This is his 7th year of professional baseball.
Pence hits a high fly ball to left. Young is back. Young is going to leap, and it's at the bottom of the wall. And Hunter Pence is digging for third, and that's where he's going to end up. It looked for a second like one of the two. Lagares and Young caught it, but then it was laying right on the warning track, and Hunter Pence is a leadoff triple.
He's hot. When he's hot, he's back spinning the ball, and this ball gets carry, and both outfielders collide here. And I don't think anybody ever had it. Chris Young had the closest glove to it. It just hits off the side of his glove. And with Hunter Pence hustling all the way, he turns it into a triple. That ball hit right off the chin of Lagares as it caromed off the glove of Chris Young.
Here's Blanco. Blanco fouls it back. Well, Young almost caught it, and we'll never know if Lagares had a chance to catch it because it hit off of Young's glove.
It would have been an unbelievable play.
Infield in. Outside to Blanco. Blanco is 0 for 3.
Both bullpens are quiet.
One and 2.
And this is a 100% pure strikeout situation for Familia. You mentioned he's got 46 strikeouts in 54 innings.
And the attitude should be, do not leave it up to the next guy. Foul back. So Blanco fighting as hard as he can.
Well, that's knee-high paint in 98. So he has definitely got some fuzz to try and fight off from Familia.
And another 1-2 pitch. And Blanco stays alive.
You really have to crank it up. I mean, right now, Familia is digging deep.
Pence, hands on his hips at third. And Blanco takes it high. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
99-mile-an-hour fastball.
Blanco stayed with an off-speed pitch, and he'll get to see another pitch.
It's a good battle right here, and he's seeing some true nastiness from Familia. Not your run-of-the-mill stuff. Now, that's an 89-mile-an-hour slider. That's as fast as the fastball from Dylan G, who started the game for the Mets. Don't have to swing it hard. Let Familia supply the power.
Three and two.
You got an average arm in left, an average arm in center. You got a below average arm in right. That's a really playing left field and center field very shallow. Granderson in right, average depth.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Blanco in a battle.
Hunter Pence with good speed at third base.
Here it comes. And he walked him.
And that's a great at bat. Wow. It really is. I mean, he saw some quality stuff there.
Did he not have 0-2?
0-2 to a walk. And you're talking 89-mile-an-hour sliders and 99-mile-an-hour fastballs. That's a pretty good fight right there. I don't think Familia wanted to put that 3-2 pitch in the dirt. I think he wanted to throw it for a strike, especially with Posey on deck. Nevertheless, not an easy pitch to take when you're defending in a 2-strike situation for a guy with electric stuff.
The velocity today is there.
Season average at 96. Today he's been topping out at 99.
Buster Posey 0 for 1, a couple of walks. And this squirts away. Here comes Pence, and Pence is going to score, and Blanco is going to hustle a second and take a wide turn, and this game is tied. And the ground attack is back.
Well, when you're down by a run, you'll take a wild pitch in the dirt. And Pence is not going to give you a whole lot of time to recover either. And that's a 97-mile-an-hour scud out in front of home plate. And fastballs and splits, you don't know what they're going to do. Darno makes a pretty good effort to get to it. Can't make a good throw, so an easy score for Pence. And we got a brand new ball game, partner.
And now the potential lead run is at second. It's 1-0 to Posey. And it's 2-0 to Buster Posey.
Well, that gets Tim Hudson off the hook. And that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Well, Familia right now is having a hard time throwing a strike.
He's not the first pitcher to have a hard time throwing a strike to Posey today. Dylan G walked him a couple times. The Mets are just convinced after they saw Posey's 4-hit day yesterday that they don't want him to beat him. Posey will have the green light here.
That's a 4-pitch walk, and it's the 3rd walk for Buster Posey today. And Dan Wortham's coming out.
And very quickly, Josh Edgen, one of 2 left-handers in that Mets bullpen, starting to get heated up. So Wortham's just going to say, you're overthrowing the ball. Calm it down. Throw something you can get in the strike zone that you can command a corner with. Trust your stuff. It's amazing how repetitious what you will say to a pitcher when you're a pitching coach. But it needs to be said. You get him to look you in the eyes and hear what you're saying, and oftentimes you can get him calmed down and back under control.
So Sandoval will step up to the plate. 2 on, a run in, nobody out. Familia's thrown 17 pitches. And he throws a ball to Sandoval.
Like I said, take a little off. Was it 98?
Sandoval gets a strike, and he whistles one right into the seats. One ball and 1 strike. One and 2.
They threw that ball by him.
That's a pretty good challenge right there, considering that Sandoval's a pretty good low ball hitter.
11 for his last 23 when runners have been in scoring position.
Blanco at second, Posey at first. Down low, 2 and 2. Giants have tied it up here in the 7th. As Mike mentioned, that means that Tim Hudson's going to get a no decision. He only allowed 2 earned runs, 3 total. Trying to take the lead here at 2 and 2. Sandoval fouls it back. Sandoval, with the Giants trailing by 2, doubled in a pair of runs as he split Granderson and Lagares.
Yeah, that came with 2 outs. 2 runs scored, tied it up.
Now, Sandoval, who's usually very patient at the plates, asks for time. Sandoval out of play.
That's an 89-mile-an-hour backdoor slider at the knees, wrapping around the outside corner. That's a nasty pitch. Now, for the most part, Lagares, or Familia rather, has been a 2-pitch guy. It's been fastball slider. He hasn't thrown that changeup. But he isn't running anything up there that's the norm.
And that's just foul as he slashed one down the third base line.
Now with the Mets defending Pablo Sandoval way off the line with David Wright, there was a lane there. See where Wright is now. He was 2 steps more off the line towards second base, so there was a huge gap there. And since that swing of the bat, they've sewn it up a bit.
This will be the 8th pitch coming up. Up the middle and a base hit. Here comes Blanco. Here's the throw home. It's going to be close, and they got him. So, Blanco threw out Lagares earlier in the game, and now he returns the favor.
Oh, a nice throw. I mean, on the fly right to d'Arnaud, and all he has to do is stop and swipe it clean. And that was absolutely perfect. What an effort, and that's what it took to get him. And the Mets defense comes up with it. Wow.
So, Terry Collins comes out. We got a new pitcher coming in. It's a 3-3 ball game. Service is celebrating a dozen years. Join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live in True HD on over 400 devices. How do you check it out? Well, you go to sfgiants.com. It's a 3-3 ball game. Giants have tied it up here in the 7th.
Good pitcher now for New York is Josh Edgen, one of 2 left-handers that they have in that bullpen. 1-0 with a 2.04 ERA. He's their situational lefty. 15 base runners in 17 2/3. And when you take your bats off, you're going to see a low to mid-90 fastball with a curveball slider changeup combination. More curveballs and sliders than changeups. He got up to a great start this year. He retired the first 23 guys he faced this season. That was a franchise record.
So here's Belt. Belt is 0 for 3, facing a left-hander for the first time today. And he hits one on the ground. It could be a pair. Murphy to first. Got him. I'm sure Bruce Bochy may take a look at this. It's 3-3.
Visit us at hefins.com and by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Giants have tied it up here in the 7th. It's 3-3.
One more look at the brilliance put on by the Mets. Juan Lagares, an absolute strike. Travis d'Arnaud puts it on. And an easy call for plate umpire Ben May, as they do indeed nail Gregor Blanco.
So here's Lopez to face Murphy. And Murphy, who's had a good day, takes a strike. Murphy 1 for 8 lifetime against Lopez. And it's a quick 0-2. And Murphy's barking at Ben May.
I don't think he's enthusiastic.
I would agree with you. Bright sunshine now comes out here at Citi Field. And Murphy takes one not close. There's Machi. Murphy hit that one off his knuckles. Hit a home run in the first inning. He hit it off of Hudson. He hit it good.
Yeah, he really had great swings against Hudson all day. That was an off-speed pitch that he was not fooled on. The ball was up. And for Murphy, his 9th home run of the year. He can hit. I mean, this guy is legit. He has been for a long time.
Lifts this one into left center field. And it's Perez who puts it away. And we'll see if Lopez will face David Wright.
Well, I think since they got Murphy out, that they're going to let him pitch to him with the left-hander hitting Lucas Duda on deck. They had Machi greased up. If Murphy would have gone on base, they probably would have brought in Machi. But the reward for Javier Lopez, you got Murphy out, now you get a chance to face David Wright.
2 for 6 lifetime David Wright against Lopez. And that first pitch is down low, maybe away.
And that's one of the things you say to yourself, if you're Javier Lopez, if you're going to miss, you want to miss down.
I think he just missed that one.
Oh, just got out on the edge.
Wow.
You know he's thinking that head back to the Mets dugout. You've heard it 1,000 times, maybe 10,000 times. Guys coming back to the dugout. I just missed it.
Here's Lucas Duda. And he bounces one foul. We were standing, I think it was yesterday, for the national anthem. And you get a chance to see everybody stand up and the jerseys that the Mets fans wear here. And 90% of them are David Wright.
Oh, he's been a fan favorite for a long time.
And, you know, the Mets are trying to change all of that by just getting better and staying involved in a wild card or pennant race. They're 8 back of the Nationals. coming into today in the East.
Well, they're doing a lot of things right. I mean, they have a lot of young talent here, and you can start to see their young rotation. It's going to be a good one. And remember, Matt Harvey, who is the ace with the electric stuff, has been out all year with a Tommy John surgery, and he said that he's up throwing off a mound again, so he's progressing nicely. He'll be back next year.
Well, after watching DeGrom the other night, he's got a chance to be the ace. There's Fred Wilpon on the right.
There's DeGrom, the young right-hander we were so impressed with in Game 2 of this series.
Overshift is on, and Duda trying to knock one out of the park does, but foul.
Zach Wheeler, the young right-hander that was involved in the Carlos Beltran trade the Giants sent to New York, has really progressed nicely. They're very excited about where he's at, where he forecast to be next year. So they're young, and they are on the rise. If you look at what they have accomplished with their organization, and they've had a great July. They were 14-7 in their last 21 games. They really started playing good baseball. Coming into this series, they had won in their last 7 series. They'd won 5. They'd lost 1. They tied 1, and they'd won their last 4 series here at Citi Field. So it is a team that is trending upward.
Three-two pitch, another one, and that got Buster Posey on the mask. Let's see if Buster's all right.
Right in the lower part of the mask. No, got him in the forehead. That's going to bring Dave Greshner out. I'm all right. Points right to the forehead. And Bruce Bochy's going to come out, check out his star player.
Well, if anything, you give him some time.
You definitely see stars when it happens. And the thing that's so bad about a catcher, as opposed to taking a punch, you're facing somebody who's fighting you, you can at least brace your neck, brace yourself. Well, it's not the case here. You're completely relaxed. You're talking about a catcher thinking about just catching a ball, about what to call, game situation. You're relaxed. And when you get hit in the head, it really rocks you.
You saw the mask really move, and that's good. It's where the ball doesn't fall straight down. That's the bad one. Got him, and that'll end the inning. A little delayed call by Ben May. Giants don't really care, delayed or no delay. And we will head to the 8th. It remains tied. Lucas Duda got called out. Here's the pitch. All right. He didn't like it, nor did Terry Collins. And eventually what's going to happen is Terry Collins take a hike.
Well, Terry Collins popped right out of the Mets dugout. Had to get his money's worth.
Ben May, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You finished?
Okay, we're good.
Here's Crawford to lead things off. Crawford, Panic, and then Perez, two lefties and a righty, facing Josh Edgin, who retired Belt on a double play ball in the 7th. Crawford takes high. Crawford hits lefties pretty good. Top of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's a good slider. Perfect location at 86 miles an hour. You can see why Terry Collins likes edging against lefties.
There's a belt high fastball. Crawford's faced Edgin coming into this series 1 time, and he drew a walk. Right now behind in the count 1-2. Make it 2-2.
And there's the curveball. So 2 different types of breaking balls, a hard slider and a curveball.
Crawford hits a high fly ball to Young and left. And here's Joe Panic, who's 3 for 3.
What a day.
Have a day.
And to do it at home in New York, where you're from, in front of your pass list, friends, family, coaches. Batting average now at 234. He started the day at 203.
Fastball in tight, 1 ball and no strikes.
Born in Yonkers, resides in Hopewell Junction, 70 miles north of New York City. And as we all know, a product of St. John's.
Rolls this one to Lucas Duda. And that'll bring up Perez.
So Bob Guerin, the bench coach, is going to come out and make the change now. You might remember Bob Guerin, former manager of the A's.
We got a new pitcher. When it's time for a change, things speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back. game.
New pitcher now for the New York Mets will be the right-hander, Buddy Carlisle. Carlisle in 7 games, 1-0 with a 0.87 ERA. He's off to a nice start. Take your at-bats against Carlisle. You're going to see a low 90s fastball with sink. He can cut the ball. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. And lefties are doing nothing against him. It tells you what type of secondary pitch he's got. But right now he's going to face righties.
And it's going to be Perez, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. And a strike to open up the at-bat. Michael Morris on deck as he grabs the bat. Hit high into right center field. It'll be Granderson there, and he'll put it away. So a quiet 8th inning for the Giants. D'Arnaud, Young, and Lagares coming up is 3-3. Talk about the game with the fellas on KNBR 680, the sports leader. It's a 3-3 ball game, and the Giants are digging into their bullpen. Who do they have?
Well, Sergio Romo coming out, 44th time that he's come out. 4-3 with a 4.83 ERA, almost a strikeout inning with 38 and 41 innings pitched. Righty's hitting $170 off him. So he's all set up to face 3 righties in this inning.
D'Arnaud is the first righty. Matt Duffy on the double switch comes into play second. He will lead off the 9th inning. And a strike. So right out of bed for Sergio Romo. He jumps out in front.
D'Arnaud has some right field power. We saw it earlier in the series.
D'Arnaud has never faced Romo before. The guy on deck has. He's faced him 12 times. He got a pitch to hit, and he fouls it back.
Well, he did get a pitch to hit. That was a little bit too much strike zone, especially in an 0-2 count from Romo. They set up the outside target, and that just got a little leaky right at the belt. You can't make mistakes like that to guys with power. I don't care what the count is.
Belt will watch this one land in the Mets dugout. Outfield straight away. Infield straight away. The pitch is low. 1-2.
Much better 0-2 pitch. Made him think. Just let your movement fall out of the strike zone. Not going to get anybody hitting ball at ballpark from that location.
Got him.
Back down around the knees where he's most effective. And a first pitch or a first guy strikeout. That's right there where he can take advantage of movement that has a little tilt to it. The higher up he goes, the flatter it gets.
Here's Young. I mentioned Young has faced Romo 12 times. He's 1 for 12. The one hit a double. And Romo struck him out 7 times. This was a matchup where you'd see these two a lot when Young was with the Arizona Diamondbacks. And he is going to have to throw more fastballs than he does there, and it's 1-0. Two balls and no strikes. Young singled in the 4th. He's popped out twice. He's 1 for 3. And it looked like Young was taking all the way, and he takes a strike.
He wasn't going to do a whole lot with that location anyway. That was perfect. That's how you take away a 2-0 advantage on a hitter. You nail down outside corner location at the knees. Especially a guy with power like Young has. Comes right back with 2-seam movement. And backdoors the outside location. I mean, those are 2 perfect pitches. And very quickly, he's even the count 2-2. Now the kill pitch.
Fouls it back.
Romo, very superstitious about how he gets up on that mound. Always comes in from the first base side.
And the 2-2 pitch is hooked foul.
Well, it'll definitely get you up out of your seat if there's a foul ball coming over into your section. Especially if there's about 20 people in your section.
So it's 2-2 to Young. Now Young steps out. Cued off the end of the bat. Romo will underhand it to Belt. And a nice play, 2 outs.
You know, the difficulty of that play is he's got spin on it. And it's not an easy ball to get a grip on when you're going down with a bare hand. But once he gets it, nice little easy flip, and he makes it look easy. Can't make it any more perfect than that. See ya.
Looks kind of pretty in slow motion, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Exmo.
Here's Lagares, who's got 2 hits. He's faced Romo 1 time. He's 0 for 1.
Yeah, he's had a great game. A couple of knocks. Threw out Blanco at the plate. He's really, really played a beautiful center field in this series.
No swing on the appeal. It's a ball and a strike. That's Jeff Kellogg, who was behind the plate in game 1 of this series. That was the complete game shutout for Ryan Vogelsong. Actually, it was not a shutout. Vogelsong gave up 1 run on 2 hits. Duda hit a home run in that game. Bumgarner had the complete game shutout yesterday.
And because of those complete games, the Giants have probably one of the more rested bullpens in all of baseball.
Lagares waves at one. It's 2-2.
And that's not something you normally say the first week of August. That's usually when bullpens are starting to get close to empty in the gas tank. Really looking forward to September 1 when you can expand rosters and bring more arms in. But
one guy out of the bullpen in this series.
Yeah. Until today. So these guys need work.
And that was Javi Lopez relieving Jake Peavy. Buster Posey said, time to have a chat. You can do that.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what we got.
Two pitch. Foul. Third base side.
That may have been the message from Buster Posey. This guy's going to swing. Don't make a mistake up. It's where he can hurt you. You get a real aggressive hitter up there you think is going to hack. Throw that thing down below the strike zone. Let him chase. It's a little dangerous to try and waste one above the strike zone, because if you don't get it up high enough, you can get hurt with it long. And in a tie ball game, that's significant. And Lagares is in the swing mode.
Yes, he is, and he's really extending out over the plate.
Get a guy extending out over the plate like that, it opens up the inside corner. Posey wants another slider.
He's way off the plate.
I don't know if Lagares is going to take another pitch. He is up there hacking. Posey has to feel it coming across that plate on a lean. Yeah, he called a fastball in, he called a fastball away. Romo wants to throw a slider. He shook them both off.
And it's a base hit.
A 3-hit day for Lagares.
I mean, you can see what Buster Posey was thinking. He was thinking along the same lines as you. The only way Lagares hits that ball is if he's leaning out to try to make contact. I'd like to see how far off the plate that really was.
Yeah, I don't think it was in the strike zone. But he was in the swing mode, and he was going to lean. Gets up on the plate. And I bet that thing was 8 inches off the plate.
Here's Tejada. Now you got some speed at first. Tejada's 1 for 3. And a first pitch slider for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Walks around, comes up the first base side. Fidgety. He has slowed the pace down this inning.
Runner goes. Swinging a bouncing ball foul, 0-2. So he changed it up a bit, and he did come in with a fastball. So now it's 0-2.
Lagares had a pretty good jump. He's only stolen 3 bags on the year. He's been thrown out 3 times. Rob Guerin, who has assumed the managerial responsibility with the Mets since Collins got tossed out, turning them loose.
Here's Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Nine hits for the Mets, 7 for the Giants. See if Lagares thinks about going. He's got 3 steals on the year. He does not go, and that's outside. It's 1-2.
He's not the kind of guy that goes often enough to where you'd want to call a pitch out if you're Bruce Bochy. Unless you really see him tip that he's going to steal at first base. Or you pick the sign that's telling him to go. I mean, you're into August. The guy's had 6 attempts at stolen bases, so Bruce Bochy unlikely to pitch out. But again, like I say, unless he sees it. And a base runner can tip his hand at first if you know what to look for. Base runner comes back to the bag, looks at the first base coach and nods his head. Or if he changes the way that he takes his lead off the base, his hands are lower than they normally are, could tip that he goes. Those are things that coaches will absolutely pick up and log into a database, have that information.
And a little low. It's 2-2.
One thing about being a coaching member of a staff, you never take a pitch off. You're always looking at something. You're always studying something.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Maybe you see Lagares go here. He goes. Swinging a pop-up. Left field. Side retired. So Romo, it took him 27 pitches but he gets the Giants to the ninth, and Duffy's going to lead things off.
On our fastball with lots of movement. It sinks, it cuts, got a curveball, slider, and a changeup, and he'll throw everything. In a way, he's a bit like Santiago Casilla in that he has a lot of different weapons. Eric Young comes in the game. He's in left field.
And likes to throw the fastball, as here's Matt Duffy. Duffy on the first pitch fouls it out of play. Duffy had his first big league hit on Friday. That was his first day in the big leagues. He's 1 for 9 in the series. And he takes a high strike. It's 0-2. Duffy trying to get on for Pence.
Look out.
Picked up a hit and an RBI on Friday night.
Base hit, scored a run. So he got a couple of categories filled up. He got a hit, he got a batting average, and he got an RBI. And he lit up his family.
Got him.
Nasty breaking ball there. Straight, quick, and in a perfect location.
All right, don't worry, Dad. We'll get another 8 back.
Yeah. Rough on Parents, though.
Very rough. Here's Pence. Pence has doubled and tripled. He scored 2 runs. And he takes a pitch high, 1-0. Blanco to follow.
.94-mile-an-hour fastball on that inside corner. So Mejia going right after Hunter Pence.
Pence fouls it into the glove of Darno, and it's now 1-2.
That is a great slider. Just to fight that thing off. I mean, that is a quick slider with a straight down break, and he's laying out there and he's shaving the outside corner with it.
Hence, it's a high fly ball to right, and Granderson will put it away. And that'll bring up Blanco. Maybe at Yankee Stadium, but not here.
Yeah, Yankee Stadium, that might have a chance. Short porch and right, lots of carry. When you have short porch and you have wind that carries that way, that's a bad combination for a pitcher.
Here's Blanco. Blanco has been on base once. He drew a walk in the 7th. He's 0 for 3. He's never faced Mejia before. And he takes a strike. Buster Posey on deck. Right now, Blanco's job, get Posey up this inning. Gets the ball in a strike. Garcia is up. Two and 1 to Blanco.
He in 70 and 2/3 innings give up 6 home runs, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, it was.
So he does have it within his ability to throw one out of the ballpark.
He looks a bit uncomfortable for whatever reason.
It looks like the mound is giving us a problem.
His back, or
I mean, if you look at his stuff, though, you got to feel he's got to be feeling pretty healthy.
Could be Deacon, the Giants broadcaster. That's what he's doing.
Well, he's doing a good job of it.
See if Blanco lets the shaft out on this one, and he shoots this one past Murphy. And Blanco's got a base hit. And now it's Buster Posey. Buster grounded out in the first, and then his last 3 at bats, he's drawn walk. Dan Wortham out.
Well, again, the way that they've gone after Buster Posey today, they've walked him 3 times and he grounded out his first at bat. It'd be hard for me to believe they're going to give him anything. And that may have been the message from Wortham. I think they may have had a meeting about Posey given what he did yesterday with the 4 hits, opposite field home run. And that is, let's not let this guy beat us.
In the meantime, Sandoval has had good at bats as well. In tight to Buster Posey. 1 ball and no strikes.
So with the first pitch, they set the target on the outside corner, and it comes across the plate at the belt on the inside corner. Ooh. That was a mistake. Yeah, this is what a hanging slider looks like. Right at the belt, and he just missed it. He had both legs in that swing.
1-1 to Buster Posey.
And I could give you a guarantee that there was a collective groan in the Giants dugout on that swing.
Blanco goes. Not a great jump. It's going to go into center field. And that didn't even look like somebody was covering.
Well, they may just walk Posey right now. They may have taken the bat right out of his hand.
I'm not sure if a perfect throw would have got Blanco. But now it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, I am a bit surprised at this with an open base. And his bread and butter clearly has been that slider. He nails down a nice knee-high location on the outside corner. Base hit will score, especially if it goes to right field. Great pitch, great take, and I don't know how he took it. And you might see him throw another one down there just like that with the open base.
And a 3-2. And it's fouled out of play.
Well, it hasn't been going at it with anything but sliders. And that last one was a good one to hit.
Blanco at second. Posey at the plate. And he walked it.
Now that's a good pitch. And to Posey's credit, he was able to lay off it.
And here's Sandoval.
And he's had great at-bats all day.
Remember, it was Sandoval that singled in the 7th after the Giants had tied the game. And Lagares in center field threw him out at home. So an opportunity here in the 9th after 2 outs for the Giants to take the lead. And it's 0-1.
Backdoors him. Again, slider, 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 slider. 22 pitches, and I think he's throwing 19 sliders. Well, went backdoor that slider, and with the swing through from Pablo Sandoval, that's going to give Mejia a little confidence to do it again.
0-2. Out of play.
And there it was.
Blanco at second, Posey at first. Pitch number 25 in the inning for Mejia. And a flare down the left field line. Fair ball! Blanco scores, and the Giants take the lead. How about that?
And that's a happy panda right there. If you think back to the second strike, when he swung through that slider in the outside corner, Mejia kept going back to that part, thinking he could get him there again. They go outside, it's up, and Sandoval goes with the location, does not try and pull it. And it's just a matter of, is it going to stay fair? It does.
I don't think he hit it hard enough for it to slice foul.
And an easy score for Gregor Blanco, and Sandoval rejoices.
Here's Belt. And Belt takes high. 1 ball and no strikes.
And he had taken a long look in at Ben May as if to say, what was that? And with the Giants taking the lead, Santiago Casilla, the closer, gets up and starts cranking.
Belt looks at a strike. Belt can add on here. He can make it hurt. Belt on the ground. And Duda will flip it to Mejia, and that'll end the inning. Giants take the lead. Casilla coming in. It's 4-3 San Francisco.
Sandoval would be that man. They kept setting it up for him all day long, and he keeps doing this. 3-hit day. And this one, the biggest RBI of all, perhaps, because it broke a 3-3 tie and has given the Giants a lead. That's 3 RBIs on the day. That is your Honda player of the game, Pablo Sandoval.
New pitcher for the Giants.
Santiago Casilla coming in now. 37th time he's come in. He's had 8 saves since he's become a closer. 29 strikeouts in 39 2/3 innings. He's given up 34 base runners in those 39 innings. Righties, he's been hard on them. They're hitting a .157. Lefties just 204. The league hitting 174.
So here's Young, EY Jr. Sandoval way in at third. Belt even with the bag at first. And a strike from Casilla at 94, and it's 0-1.
So important to keep this speed off the base pass. He is a base stealer, one of the best in the game.
And the next pitch is an off-speed pitch, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Granderson and then Murphy, so 3 left-handed hitters. Tapped slowly to Duffy to Belt. And that very first important out recorded.
You know, that looked like it kind of got in a no man's land there. Do you throw it underhanded? Do you throw it overhanded?
I think where the bounce took him determined where he was going to throw it. He's got pretty good hands. Here's Granderson. Granderson is 0 for 3. Did draw a walk in the first. And the overshift is on again, and Granderson takes down low.
Well, in this situation, Granderson's going to try and tie it up. He's got lots of power. Very dangerous.
And he skies one to right. And Pence is going to wait for this one to come down. And what do you think he's thinking?
Yeah, he's thinking, I just missed it. And he knows when he's just missed it. Twice in Granderson's career, he's hit over 40 home runs.
So here's Murphy. Murphy today is 2 for 4. According to our numbers here, it doesn't look like these two have ever faced each other before. Down low, 1 ball and no strikes.
Pretty straight away in the outfield and pretty straight in the infield. They'll bring up Pablo Sandoval even with a bag at third. It's kind of respectful of a possible bunt, but I would be surprised if he did it. Murphy has had great swings today.
And a strike at the knees.
Big pitch right there. I mean, there's a big difference between 1-1 and 2-0. Getting that low strike was huge for Casilla.
And Murphy just got those legs out of the way. 2 balls and 1 strike. Out of play, 2-2.
And he was late. That was 94-mile-an-hour two-seam movement. That little snake that ran away from the left-handed hitting Murphy.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And that's pulled foul right past Todd Goodwin, and it remains 2-2.
if he's having a conversation with himself. They set that curveball target on the outside corner. It came across the plate in. They could go back out there and bounce from the dirt away. He may go after it.
Got him. Posey's going to pick it up. He's going to take his time, and that's the ball game. And the Giants take 3 out of 4. And this one was a tough one, and they score in the top of the 9th inning, and they hold on. How about that?
Well, great defense, and they really picked up Tim Hudson, who put him in a bit of a hole with a 2-run homer to the Mets in the first, and then they just rallied and they just tightened their belts. This is a huge series as they start this very tough road trip on the road here in New York. Winning 3 out of 4 gives them big time momentum down to Milwaukee. Job well done.
All right, final score. The Giants win this one. Giants 4, Mets 3. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live. That's going to start right now.